Chapter 26. The video that went viral one rainy afternoon. Emma's laughter echoed through the small apartment as Lily filmed her daughter's first attempt at walking. In the background, her father, Robert, cheered her on. That night, Lily posted the video on her personal blog alongside a heartfelt letter titled, "To the Daughter They Didn't Want." The letter went viral. Within days, it was shared across social media, parenting forums, and news platforms. Lily's raw words about abandonment, resilience, and redefining what it means to be a family struck a deep chord. She woke up to interview requests, offers to speak at women's conferences, and thousands of messages from single mothers, estranged daughters, and people who had faced rejection but survived. Chapter 27. The conference. Lily was invited to speak at the National Women's Empowerment Forum. Standing backstage in a borrowed blazer, knees trembling, she felt like an imposter. But when she stepped onto the stage and looked out at the audience, she saw eyes filled with hope. Her speech wasn't perfect, it cracked in places, and her voice shook, but it was real. She spoke of how she had once measured her worth through others' acceptance, how pain had birthed her strength, and how Emma gave her a reason to rebuild. Afterward, women lined up to thank her. A teacher from a rural town said she'd share Lily's story with her students. A young woman in tears whispered, "I thought I was the only one." Chapter 28. A message from the past. 2 weeks later, Lily received a letter in the mail, handwritten, addressed with shaky cursive. It was from her former mother-in-law. "Lily, I was wrong. I don't expect forgiveness, but I want to say, Emma is not a mistake. You were never a mistake. I watched your speech. You've become the kind of mother every child deserves. Please, if you ever allow it, I would like to meet Emma one day. Not for my sake, but for hers." The letter stirred a storm of emotions. Lily didn't know what she would do, but she folded it gently, placed it in a drawer, and whispered, "Not yet." Chapter 29. The movement begins. Inspired by the response to her story, Lily launched an online platform called Unforgotten Voices, a safe space for women to share their truths anonymously or openly. Stories poured in. A woman in her 50s shared how she raised 4 children alone after being kicked out for having a daughter. A teen wrote about surviving abuse and dreaming of becoming a lawyer to protect girls like her. Lily didn't just read the stories, she responded to them, built resources, connected women to shelters, therapists, legal aid. Slowly, what started as a blog post became a growing movement. Chapter 30. The law named after her. Lily was invited to consult with lawmakers who were drafting a bill to improve maternity protections and strengthen support systems for abandoned mothers. The bill, unofficially dubbed the Lily Act, proposed expanded postnatal care, government funding for single mothers, and legal protection against domestic abandonment. It passed its first reading in Parliament to standing applause. One senator said during the debate, "This bill would not exist if one young mother hadn't dared to speak out." Lily watched the news holding Emma, who clapped her tiny hands as the screen showed her mother's name scrolling across the bottom. She kissed her daughter's forehead. "You were never a burden," she whispered. "You were the beginning."